freezing up.
No. We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
Live and freezing up.
Are you freezing up?
No, we're good. I think it just has to log on and get going.
Benny's froze.
No, I think he's just what he looks
like.
Yeah,
I'm froze, but that's...
Oh, yeah, no.
Look at that.
He got a good evil stare.
He can talk without moving his lips. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Freeze frame. Yeah, I got told I was a transvestite.
Well,
Transviloquist.
I got transviloquist.
Transviloquist.
Ventriloquist. We are coming live tonight from the new global headquarters.
There you go.
We experimented this last weekend with the Starlink and being able to set up remote. And with Chris's help, I learned how to do Starlink, and that's what me and Elon Musk are in partners right now. So that's how I'm broadcasting this.
That last satellite they sent, that was Brett's.
Had my name on it. Interviews, stories, and tales, and born 100 years too late. I called him. I said,
you want to be careful. You want to be careful because I heard that he's after AOC.
AOC. Who is that?
That's that dumb bartender broad that's running our country.
Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, that chick that's so smart.
She's a real smart one.
Yeah. Anyway,
the bartender.
Is she the one that says she don't know why Elon Musk don't go to the sun and collect samples? Just to go at night, so it's not as hot.
Yeah, go at night.
Well, when else would you go?
What are we doing today? We're gonna run a track backwards today. Talk about this weekend.
Oh yeah. Keep us on course, Chris.
You can't even tell us what'd you do. What'd you guys do? Because we all know what we did. Benny pointed out all the undercovers. Brett.
We had to sneak over there.
Verified. Mm-hmm.
We had to sneak because because Benny was with us. We were being tracked.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Benny's got a smile on his face.
And he's frozen that way.
He's frozen a smile. We should save that as a
You guys better
screensaver.
screenshot this right away. You can't do nothing about it.
Can you talk, Benny?
Well, I think I can talk, but I'm afraid of being labeled as one of them transviloquists or whatever it was.
Ventriloquist.
Transgenderquist.
But yeah, I don't have my air conditioner hooked up in this thing yet. And let me tell you what, it's hot.
I'm in my trailer. So if I'm doing a live, I call my little sister. I say, hey, run out my trailer, turn on my AC about noon or 1 o'clock so it cools down somewhat in here.
Yeah, I'm starting to move stuff from my office back over here. So
you don't quite got the AC ordered ready yet.
No, I got it ordered. The guy's supposed to give me a price. He's going to put one of those mini split systems in here. And the other end of this is I've built it into a workroom. And it'll be nice because, it was a 20-minute drive into town and a 20-minute drive back. So this will expedite everything I do. It'll make
Starlink is free. Oh, yeah, it was freezing up at first there, Mr. Badlands, but it'll catch up.
Mine was?
Well, at the beginning when you logged on, it has to suck in everything, and it did freeze up a couple times. And they're on YouTube, they're way behind us. So if you get on YouTube right now, it's probably just starting.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, they have like a delay.
There's a latency, they call it.
In case Benny tries to stab somebody with his spear.
In case Benny gets naked and starts dancing.
trying to get somebody to braid his back hair.
Oh, what a terrible vision.
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
I know you bring it up all the time.
Oh, well, it's nightmares, man. It gives me nightmares.
Well, what did you guys do before we went to Douglas? What did you do last week?
Worked.
Man, what did I do last week?
What did you do, Brett? You went out a couple times. Didn't you take the mule out? No?
Maybe. No, I didn't. I went out.
I think you just been moving. I
got the hounds out. I took the hounds out. You You should share that video with me. Send it to me so I can share it of me falling down.
I will. I can do that.
I need to share that because I felt like a goober.
It was a very elegant fall.
I usually don't feel old, but I felt old chasing those goats, let me tell you. So this morning I went out and I hiked right up the side of the mountain up there. And I'm hiking every morning I'm here.
There you go.
So
there you go.
All right, here we go, guys. This is embarrassing, but I don't mind sharing it. I'm
Oh, Brett.
A good one.
My horse is just not very fast.
The scary part wasn't the falling down. It was the little 10-year-old girl that wanted to stab you for ruining her chances in life of a goat rope and buckle.
She's only 8.
Is she 8? Well, her mom's tall.
She was not happy.
You know, those kids over there, it's just like Tyler Clump's girl that's 4 going out there in the canyon after dark looking for the goats. And
tell that story, Brett. Tell that story.
A little chase.
Or
Benny, tell the story.
About the goats?
Oh, boy.
So Thursday, I got in over there to Douglas about noon, and I forgot all about needing to go to Bisbee, and I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. I was bored, so I ended up late in the afternoon deciding, hey, I'll just run over to Tyler's. And I pull up there, and Tyler's wife had gone up on the mountain to retrieve all the goats because they were the ones hosting the goat roping. They had to provide the goats, and so she was all mad because the goats were acting like feral cats. You know, one horse
she loves them.
And all the goats in the brush up on the mountain. But then whatever goats they had, Tyler and I were down there at the pens just about dark, and he was looking through there and deciding what he was missing and all. And it got dark, and I said, Tyler, I hear a goat kid back over here. And he said, yeah, that is a goat kid. And so Olivia's there with us. She's 4. And he says, Olivia, get up on that horse and go find that goat. And she says, Dad, it's dark. He said, just follow the goat. You can hear the goat crying. Go follow the goat up that canyon.
You don't need
and
to
so, well, what about snakes? What about the rattlesnakes? Well, they can't reach you on your horse. Just go on up there and go after that goat. So she disappeared into the darkness.
I heard that story.
You know, 4 years old.
Yep. I heard that story and called my wife and said, go kick my kids right now. Just kick them. Make them tough. Tough kids.
Then, you know, we had
kids are tough.
We had Chase Dobrinsky on yesterday.
Oh,
was it yesterday?
Yeah. No, Friday.
No, Saturday.
Saturday.
It was a long weekend.
Yeah. Anyway, we had Chase on. He's 12 years old. He's Terrell Shelley's grandson, and he's building handcrafted knives, nice knives, at 12 years old, and he conducted himself just like he was 30.
Did you see? We had somebody in the comments on the replay of the live video that asked for contact information for him. So
he said, cool. Hand out his number. I'll have to.
I linked his Facebook page.
Oh, perfect.
I went and looked at his Facebook page today, and it said that it is not monitored by him. It's his page that's monitored by others. So they're just using that for his, I guess, for his knife sales. But At
Yeah,
10
no,
years old, they don't want him getting all jacked up in social media.
the one
Is
I
how I
seen,
took it.
the page I seen was him. It was his name, and it was him.
Yeah, no, I saw that too, Brett. It was his name and a picture of him.
Oh yeah, and then if you go through his photos, it's all his stuff.
Makes the kid, and not only does he make the knives, he goes through the process and explains how the atoms come together and separate, and when he quenches.
Yeah, he got really, really technical, way over my head.
He said the word quench. Brett said, "What?
Quench, quench.
What
What
are
do
you
you
talking
quench?
about? Quench? This was down in Douglas, Missy. Douglas, Arizona.
It was nice. Benny, are you froze again?
I'm froze, but that's all right. I'm
Yeah,
running them transvilliquents.
transventricular.
But anyway, what else did we do? We got to the first. Well, I got there on Friday night, and I showed up out there, and the kids were roping the dummy, and they had a little steer dummy. They would head it, and then drag it around. A healer come around and heal it, and I sat out there and I played with them for, I bet, an hour and a half, and I gave a few little roping lessons, and then my wife and I even danced. They had a live band, and my wife and we danced for a while. So we had some people even compliment us on our dancing skills for as old as we were.
And I think the one night that was Kelly Kimbrough's husband singing. I'm pretty sure. Looked like.
Yeah, it was Carrie. It was Carrie Kimbrough singing.
Oh, where's the boys page? If you go to the first live, the Earn Your Spurs live, the first one, it's in the link, right, Brett? Where's the boys page?
I don't know. Yeah, it's down in the comments in the link. I need to put it in the description.
Oh,
but it's in the comments. There's a guy who asks about he wanted info on him. He makes a nice knife. My wife bought me one, matter of fact, for Mother's Day.
I probably have his card.
I can't find his card. I thought I had it.
I think I have it.
But I can't find it. I have it somewhere, but
let me go find it. Let me see if I got it.
I just barely got this thing set up tonight. This is first time here in my new office, and then first time I've actually set up the Starlink in Arizona. Chris set up the Starlink for me because that's what he uses. So I'm excited to have it out here. Heck, I might start going live every night. I think everybody'd probably get tired of me. This is the third night in a row.
We had some good interviews over there.
There you go.
That's who you get hold of.
And the 916 Ranch is the Terrell Shelley, the Shelley Ranch.
Call that number. Can you see it?
And his mother is a Shelley.
I can't.
9-575-530. Don't move it. Hold still. 2916. 575-530-2916.
Chase Dobrinsky.
Get them while they're affordable. He's going to be famous one of these days.
Terrell Shelley's grandson.
Yep, pretty good. And then Kelly Glenn Kimbrough, Warner Glenn's daughter, sat down and talked to us, told us about the Earn Your Spurs and everything, how that thing all got going, and how her and her daughter, what's her daughter's name? Mackenzie. How they got it going, and it was a good deal. I enjoyed it. I typically don't go to things like that, but I really enjoyed it. And Benny, like always, was real entertaining. Chris, like always, was real helpful. So it was good.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, Coy gave us some history lessons. That was pretty cool, of the area and the ranches and stuff. Wasn't that what he talked about, Benny?
From cowboy to rockabilly, building rat rods, back to cowboy.
And then Tyler, he came on. That's John Clump's son, and he told us a few stories and talked to us, and it was good. I enjoyed it. And then the best one, and it was the next day, Sunday, when we got John Clump on there again. The John Clump interview is out on the W Hunting Supply podcast right now, and then I'm going to share the video portion, I don't know, soon on this channel. And but that little talk that we had yesterday morning was just as good as anything. I mean, really got into the dogs more and talked a little bit about hunting the jaguar. But
his son got into dogs too, Tyler, a little bit.
Yeah. He had some really good points on his evolution as a houndsman and how he progressed, and now he's real successful. But anyway, what else? No, I really enjoyed the John Clump talk. And then, hold on, my wife just pulled up. Watch, she'll be on camera maybe. Watch this.
Oh, we might. Yeah.
We're gonna.
We had her on camera.
Did we get her on camera?
She some flashes.
Yeah.
She goes straight to the house, or she see your door open?
No, I heard her right here.
Mating call. Paka! Paka!
Mating call. Mating calls. Get naked and get in here. Tammy?
Must went in the house.
I better go help her.
Oh, better go help her. Brett, gotta go.
All right.
Let's talk about Tammy. Benny?
Yeah.
Brett's wife.
Uh-oh.
She went to get me another chair because this is a work, what do you call it? Just a stool for my work table, and it's uncomfortable as can be. So.
Yeah. Let's talk about Tammy. You gained 5 pounds around Tammy.
When I met Tammy, I weighed 191 pounds. Now I weigh 240.
I see why.
She feeds you all the time, doesn't she?
Yeah. She says, you want something? I said, no, I'm good. Here comes a burrito.
She'll buy it for you anyway, and then you'll eat it.
She did.
That's just the way she rolls.
Well, Tammy took care of us while we was on the podcast.
She's real old-fashioned like that until she gets mad.
Yep. Kim Clump. Boy, she's interesting. She can tell some stories.
She had some.
She tells all the backstories, the behind the scenes of John and her boys.
Telling the story about her and John getting together, and she said when she started dating or whatever, and she started dating John, she said, "Is this all there is out here?" like she had no choice but John.
Yeah.
She said he was. What did she say? He was the best option.
Most eligible bachelor. I'm screwed.
Yeah. That's funny.
I got Warner. I got to meet Warner Glenn. Signed a book. Terrell Shelley signed a book.
Terrell was there. Warner Glenn was there. He came by. He was going to get on the podcast, but Coy was there, and Coy was telling some such good stories and everything. And we thought Warner was going to come back, and of course, Warner's got a little age on him, so he went ahead and went and watched the rodeo for a while, and I'm pretty sure he bugged out and went home.
No, I don't think he did he? We seen him later that night.
Did he stay at the rodeo?
Yeah, he stayed.
The thing with Warner, if you don't talk to him when he's right there next to you, you're not going to get to talk to him because everybody talks to him.
A crowd of people around him all the time.
He's sitting in the stands, and you have to just catch a break when someone don't walk up and talk to him. You have to run over there and talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on.
Yeah, that's how we got you on him, Chris. I kept looking. I said, hurry up, let's go.
Yep. And then Mackenzie, same thing. She runs back and forth all day. Her and Her and Kelly were just all over the place handling that business.
nonstop.
But we didn't win nothing, did we, Benny?
Well, I haven't. I still been waiting for the phone call.
Yeah, maybe they just waiting for us to leave. I don't know. Some kid won that.
When
Young guy. Some young guy won that Warner Glenn rifle.
yeah, I think that
He didn't.
the guy that was giving me the hairy
Look,
eye,
here
I
we
think
go.
he took all my tickets out of that pistol raffle.
Oh,
One of these days.
she's not falling for it.
I gotta just.
She didn't. Oh,
This is better.
there you go. She didn't
Listen.
fall for it, did she, Brett?
No, she didn't.
She knew what was up.
Yeah, she said, "I'm not getting on camera." I said, "Man, people don't believe I actually have a wife."
Oh, she's there. Proof.
Does that work okay?
Jeremy, Louisiana Hunting texted me and said I need to get a pair of overalls so I fit in.
I don't know. Not just everybody can get away with wearing these. You got to be a certain age and have a certain shape.
I'm working on the shape. I'm working on the shape.
What else, guys? We're going to cut it short tonight, or we're going to wait until everybody gets in here.
Coy is also a craftsman. He made all those bits and the spurs that they gave away for the prizes.
Dang it! Let me go. You got his card, Brett, or no?
I don't.
Let me go find.
I don't have it.
We'll get it.
See, my screen is down here and my camera's up there. So I got to look down. I probably wasn't completely ready to do this, but doing it anyway. No, I didn't get that gun. That was a raffle, and it was what do they call it, a big boy? What do they call it, Benny? Golden boy? Henry Golden Boy, 22 mag. I'd love to have had that gun. And it had Warner Glenn's. And I bought $60. I bought $30 worth of tickets for it. They were $5 or were they $10? Can't remember.
$5.
So I bought 6 for that. And then I bought 6 for the Ruger pistol that didn't have Kelly's initials or something on it.
Yes. There's two. What is it? 250 or 225, Benny?
250 of them. It was a Ruger 357. It was the Kelly Glenn Kimbrough model. It had her signature etched into the barrel, and the serial number of every one of those starts with KGK, and then the number.
520-269-0032. Coy, how do you say his last name?
Weenie bar.
Weenie bar. He might not appreciate that. Bit spurs and buckles. CW. Yep.
I gave Kim my little redneck cups, and she said I could be a clump.
Honorary clump right there by making those.
There's his.
Hey, I drank coffee out of mine this morning. That's his email.
You want some spurs? And then we had there's some gal there. I'll plug these guys too. They were making all that jewelry.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get it to focus.
You know what's really strange is or funny is all the men would come on and be on camera and talk. But there's not one woman that would come on except Kelly. And all the rest.
Well, we had to snag her. We had to rope her down.
And we had to talk her into it. And when she was there, she was a Ruger. She was a spokesperson for Ruger, so she's real well spoken.
Ruger girl, right?
I guess so. I don't know. Is that right, Benny?
As far as I know, yes.
I wonder if there's any pictures, Brett.
There is on the internet. All you got to do is Google Ruger girl.
You didn't see the new thumbnail I put on the live?
No, I didn't.
Look that up. I got a picture of her on there.
Oh,
Look it up. You want me to share it?
yeah, sure.
Let me see if I can do this. Share screen. Go here. There's Larry Bird. I'm a Larry Bird fan. There's that Chase Dobrinsky. That's his Facebook page. And then go to Kelly. Oh, no. Let's go to my man, I hate to go to that. I don't want to show all my.
Yeah, if you just look up Ruger girl.
Well, I was going to do the
bunch of pictures of Kelly.
Let me get out of this real quick. Let me do this. Get where I need to go first before I show everybody all my stuff here.
You know what I think is interesting? We were thanking them for putting up with us and letting us do this deal and having us, and they were thanking us for coming and being a part of it.
Yeah.
Kelly even made a banner to hang on the wall for us.
I know. That was
She
pretty
didn't
cool.
know Chris, so we had Brett's secretary penciled Chris's information on it.
I was just a peasant.
Excuse me.
I was just a peasant. Can you put them in the description? Brett could probably do that.
Send me the stuff.
You know what,
Chris.
Missy? Missy, I'll text it to you.
There you go.
Missy. And I got to send Missy some more soap. I keep forgetting. What else, Benny? So they had a ranch rodeo. Let's go with ranch rodeo real quick. It's not just roping; it's everything
They had
roping,
a ranch
basically.
rodeo. Yeah, it was a complete ranch rodeo. Well, one of my favorite things is wild cow milking. They didn't do that. I guess every ranch rodeo is different. They had a ranch rodeo Friday afternoon. They had Friday afternoon. Who all was in that? There was a girls' team. Caitlin and her sister Jess, which is Coy's wife, and John's cousins. Let's see, Wyatt is John's cousin, his wife Taylor, who is a cousin of Kelly. I mean, this is just like everybody down there in that whole area knows each other and is related somehow or another through marriage and such. And then I don't know who the other gal was, but of course, they were the only girl team, so they won everything. And Caitlin said, "We don't care if we were the only girl team. We won."
That's what I told her.
And
I
hey,
said,
I understand that attitude.
Yeah, and what's
And
funny
then
with Tyler Clump, Caitlin's married to Tyler, right?
yes,
And Tyler's just a wiry guy, just 100 miles an hour. Bop, 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 bop. And then Caitlin just comes strolling along as docile as can be.
opposites attract.
Yep.
And then Saturday they had another ranch
y'all
rodeo,
see that?
and
I no.
You
All I
don't
can
s-
see is like a screen waves.
You don't see my screen?
I see your screen saver. I see your mouse moving around.
That's weird. It should be sharing my screen, but it's not.
no, it's the undercover guys.
It's because
That's
I'm
what
on
it is.
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook is blocking you.
That's or they don't, they don't get along with each other. So you don't see that. That's on my screen right there.
Nope, not broadcasting.
All we see is your screensaver, that red wavy stuff.
Yeah, I know. It shouldn't be doing that. It should. What do you see now?
Same.
Same.
That's weird. Stupid thing. Oh,
There
well.
was a bunch of us waiting for live feed to start on another page.
What?
What page? What page, Susan Stone?
Oh, Susan Stone. She's the one that's always fussing at us about something.
Well,
She's-
you know,
I don't
she's
think she
out-
likes redheads.
She likes
she
John Clump. Makes her heart go pity, pity, pat.
Oh, Susan Stone. Let's just bust her out right now for that.
I did. I replied to her comment on that deal and told her that when I told John that, he got a little what do you call it? Embarrassed.
Blush?
Flushed
Yeah,
up. He blushed.
I blushed. That's what it was.
That guy had been out in the sun so long, he's dark as a Mexican.
They all have
Then on
pretty dark
Saturday, they had another ranch rodeo, and Riley Clump, the fourth in line, ended up in a wreck and whiplash, maybe concussion, jacked him up a little bit, made him all loopy.
Wasn't as bad as my accident.
Your bucking horse?
Well,
No,
the-
when I tumbled in the goat pen.
your accident was made worse because your partner was laying for you.
Yep.
She just looked and she went. Little 8-year-old girl goes.
And
Really, guys?
She
Really?
runs up to Brett before and says, "We're roping." He goes, "Well, here's $10. I'll buy yours." She said, "Nope."
I said, I'll pay for your side too. And she said no.
I figure she didn't want to owe you anything, Brett.
Yep.
I guess.
She said, "You lose your own money, buddy."
Well, it was
And
absolutely.
that was Coy and Jessica's oldest daughter.
Yeah. Well, it was absolutely hilarious. I don't know if any of you guys have been to team ropings, but the flagger's job is it's a hard job, and they get a lot of complaints and people fuss at them. So here's, it's a $5 roping, and all these little kids are roping in it. $5 a man, and Coy's flagging it. And this kid comes out, and he comes around the corner, and he ropes the steer by a leg, and it pops off. Coy says no time. And this kid is probably, he's
5?
3 foot tall, something like that. He comes out, and he comes around the little panel and everything. Why didn't you give me a time? He's fussing at the flagger. I said, man, in regular ropings, they'll kick you out of the roping for complaining to the flagger. It was hilarious.
There's another YouTube page we were all setting on waiting. You know what I did the other day on my live? I went to schedule it, and it shot 2 out. I don't know why it did that on mine, but that's through StreamYard. It's a different program.
Now
I don't.
In my community page on my Born 100 Years Too Late, I put a post up saying that we would be going live here, but it interviews, stories, and tells. I don't usually don't go live on that other page.
That's his golden child. This is just his redheaded stepchild page.
Well,
that's why we're here.
It's a different. Typically, it's a different audience. Don't get me started.
It's YouTube stuff.
Hey.
Well, we're here now, and you can watch that other one anytime.
Yeah, go back and rewatch those lives. They're up and they'll stay up. I was asleep. No, I'm not even going to talk about it. But Interstate Batteries is advertising on my podcast through somebody else, and I'm not getting
We got hijacked.
We're not getting any money from it. But Interstate Batteries, that's a big company. I've been trying to get sponsors so I could travel around and interview some of these old guys that are going to be gone here in the next, 15 years. Heck, I'll probably be gone in the next 15 years. But I just run into a wall. I can't get a hold of nobody.
Oh shoot!
And then there's the
Gosh, you got him. You got him angry.
So then I'm listening to the podcast, falling asleep, and I wake up and they said, "This podcast brought to you by Interstate Batteries." I thought my content is being shared on Interstate Batteries is advertising on it, and me and Benny and Chris don't get a dime from it.
We got you covered, Brett.
Where's your new knife, Brett? Where's your new knife?
Yeah, where's your new? We got knuckles, spears, and knives.
I don't have a good one. I just got this one.
Yeah, we'll see how long we'll see just how long the battery acid and water stays inside those plastic.
So this live is brought to you from who? AC Delco.
Centennial batteries. I used to sell those batteries in the scrapyard. Real good guys. Maybe I'll get hold of them.
We need a competitor, but this is different. That's through W Hunting Supply. I don't know what they do with the content once they get it, but and then they got that Alpha Nutrition, Alpha Dog Nutrition. I mean that was something they asked me. I said no, I don't care, and but then that's gone. That's through their deal, but then it also goes through the Sportsman's Empire, and I think that's where the Houndsman XP used to be, and it just gets really, really confusing.
It is, because I honestly thought that Chris was part of that whole network thing, and
I thought that was his deal, really. I thought that was...
And all I know is I usually just listen to it on W. That's what I don't know why you have two platforms. So kind of confusing to people. Well,
and both of them are going up on the YouTube for a podcast also.
Yeah.
Like ours is going up on YouTube, and then the Sportsman's Empire thing goes up on a YouTube. So you're really, shooting yourself in the foot because you got two of them going up there. I guess if you're advertising, you don't really care, but then the YouTube algorithm really doesn't know where to send it. Honestly,
I can tell you, Mrs. Stone don't care about the podcast. She cares about the visual.
She wants to know when we're gonna go back.
Susan, we want to see your screensaver.
She wants to look at this handsome face over here.
I think she's just after John Clump.
So John Clump called me a while ago. He's on his way to Eagle Creek. They say Morenci. They got a whole bunch of cows that have gone astray, and so him and his son Tim are the only ones going after these cows, and they figure that it's going to take them 2, maybe 3 days to ride horseback down the country, find all the cows, and start bringing them back. And he said, it's going to make me pretty tired, and I think it's going to get cold, but I'm just taking a junky coat with me. And if I get tired, I'll stop and I'll sleep on the ground and pull that coat up. And if it gets too hot, then that coat's just junky. I'll just throw it in a bush where I could get it some other time if I get cold. So, Chris, where do you think these little kids learn how to be tough? John Clump is 64 years old.
Yeah, you didn't finish the story. Did you finish the story? Or was I not listening? Where
Olivia
Riley fell off the horse, got knocked up a little, got all weird, and then said, "Hey," Tyler ran over there and grabbed John out of the stands to finish the
finish the road.
Yep, John did. John went out there, threw some steers, and those steers are Corini bulls they're big. And Heidi, there's a girl that got plowed over, broke her nose almost.
So there was 2 trophies given out for the worst wrecks, one for a girl and one for a guy, and Heidi and Riley were the 2 recipients.
Who did Heidi belong to?
College play. I think she was part of the college.
Oh, she was a different. She wasn't
She
a
was
think
clump
part
or
of
so.
the
anything.
because they had to be 18 or under.
Yeah.
So she was the oldest person, the biggest person with all those little kids surrounding her. And they ended up too much slack in the ropes and something happened and she was going over there trying to do something and that bull steer got on the hook and just attacked her and mowed her down, head butted her right in the face.
Oof. And you knew it hurt because she stood up. She was walking, but she was holding that nose and she looked a little
A little
wobbly.
wonky. Yeah.
And then, how old was that kid? There was
I
a
could
kid
tell
out
it.
there. Go ahead, Benny.
Oh, I was going to say I could tell it hurt because I had to walk real slowly all the way back to my land yacht and change my underwear.
And then some of those teams, there was like a 6, 7-year-old kid out there roping.
Yeah, it looked like it at least. Little
He
guys.
wasn't big at all. He was a little guy. He was even
And he was
healing.
nailed.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
showing up,
on
Brett.
Ace Peterson's team?
I think so. I think you're right.
I know they rope good.
But
I know Ace ropes real good.
here's the tie-in again. Ace Peterson married one of John's cousins.
Well,
Yeah. They're all
and then
cowboys, that's for sure.
Sunday morning, John comes over and he pulls out a pocket full of stones. And that's got me all excited. So I started fiddling through his stones there and telling
They're
him what he had. And
turquoise, weren't they?
most of it was turquoise, a little azurite malachite in there. He had a little opal. He had that one piece that had a little speckle of gold in it. So guess who's going gold mining with them? I said, hey, I'm not going to bug you to run hounds, but I'll go rock hound with you. And he says, we'll go up there. It takes 2 hours right up there. And we'll take the dogs. I'll show you my dogs. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So he's got a remote place that he's going to that he's gathering or mining at.
It's a little hole in the wall, and it's 2-hour ride, and there's no roads to it, and nobody wants to go with them because it's all hand digging, and he has this plan. So
I heard him
said,
talking to you about it. It sounded pretty interesting.
I said, well, let's just ride up in the afternoon and stay the night. We'll just keep digging. You know, I'll grab one of them illegal alien jackets, wear all those clothes at night, and then shed them in the morning.
I don't know. I saw those illegal alien jackets, and if you want, I'll make one of those. What do they call them? A travois, with the sticks that drag behind your horse so they don't get the cooties on you, and we can bring you a load of them.
Little tuberculosis won't hurt you. Gold panning fun. There's no panning, Missy. This is trenching. He wants to dig the vein out. He already hit one vein. He wants to dig out and hit another pocket. So, yep. No roads. So, what else happened? I tell you what. You could go down there and talk to most of those guys, and they'll tell you a story about dogs. But I really enjoyed Tyler's theories on dogs. I mean, he's really almost philosophical, I guess. You know,
Philosophical.
philosophical.
That's kind of like transviloquist.
Transy. He's a transy philosophically.
You're getting over your head, Chris. You're getting over your head.
I know. Maybe I'm having a stroke. What? I can't talk.
He spends so much time doing that QRSW, whatever.
ASMR.
There's no ASMR over there. It was loud. I watched that podcast. I watched our live, kind of went through it, and Even though there was a lot of background noise, it still sounded pretty good. I don't know about
Yeah, that's the
what you
first
guys
time
think.
I'd ever set anything up like that too. I mean I didn't know I could do it. It took me like 3/4 of Friday to figure it all out.
And John is so mischievous that Kim thinks he does all this stuff, like the bears in the cave. John said, I didn't do that. But he does so much stuff. His wife thought those bears, he put little bears in a cave and I guess she thought he did, but somebody did. And he was telling people, if you need a bear, go up there in that cave, you'll catch a bear. And there's little stuffed animal bears.
She said that when he was in court, one of those, I don't know who it was, the judge or somebody, and this Jaguar deal, they were having trouble understanding him, and they thought that he was just acting a little bit goofy. Maybe he was off of his rocker, and so she said John really plays that up. Pretty soon he was leaning a little bit, and he was drooling out of both sides of his mouth, and
That guy's a character. That
it
guy's a
was
character.
telling that story over there behind her with this real good smirk on his face.
Yep. That's a raw deal. That's a raw deal. And there's a lot to that. Going into that big courts and making it to the top of the courts and
Supreme
the
Court,
appeals. And does he talk about all that in the podcast?
a little bit. He talks about how the one judge, I think he held the record for the longest that it took.
Never.
To.
Well, he never had any court case turned over ever. And he held
that's right.
And then they tried it. They turned him over, and it was and then the judge was really sick, and he ended up dying right before they even finished in that night. Was it 9th District Court or whatever, the 9th? But
and the one judge
original
says,
judge ended up dying.
We're finishing this thing, where he said, it won't. It's not going to go any further. The problem is that a jaguar wasn't even a protected species at that time. It wasn't considered anything. It was just, not even a game animal.
It wasn't even exist.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to exist, let alone being on his ranch eating his calves.
Yeah. And if you haven't listened to the podcast, you just got to listen to the chase. The chase of it. It wasn't a regular line, and he didn't just go out and catch a jaguar. This is a 6-month chase.
On and off.
Even his kid said we're done. And he went out by himself, right?
He had to take two. His sister came out and brought him another pack of dogs because he wore his first pack out, and he knew he wasn't far behind it. And it's funny listening to him talk about the flashlight he had. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't much.
What's funny is he said, I think at one time he said, I would have been better off having a lighter, and Kim thought he had a lighter out there.
Yeah,
Kim's the one that said
Kim told the story that he used, and I think at times he probably did use a lighter. He didn't have a flash. No, and John, he probably didn't have a flashlight with him because I don't think he likes to carry a lot of stuff with him. Heck, we lived for a week out there in the Palencios, and we didn't even have a fry pan. If that house wouldn't have had a fry pan, we wouldn't. I don't know what we would have done, but there was a fry pan inside the house that had a bunch of mice crap and everything in it. And he brushed it out, and we sterilized it on the fire, and we ate out of that. We didn't even have any utensils or paper plates or nothing. And we ate out of that fry pan the whole time we were there. And it was good.
You're going to ride with John Clump. You better be prepared to cowboy. Those guys are cowboys.
They talk about minimalists.
Yeah.
And he's a minimalist. And just by not just the way he is. I'm sure that all these backpackers and stuff that are talk about being minimalist, he is the real deal.
That's right.
Well, I asked
Jeremy's right.
Tim to tell you guys about when her and John went out on a deal and he didn't have anything to cook the steaks over.
Oh, he built
So
a
he got a
grill.
couple of pieces
Yeah.
of
Barbed wire, baling
he
wire.
wired an old
Benny's cutting up on us.
so he just figured
Mine
he
did
can
it.
get by and he's so far.
Benny's cutting out. We didn't hear you, Benny, sorry. But he took barbed wire and weaved it together and made a grill to put over the fire to cook the steak with.
Yep.
Right, Benny?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
your first wife is walking around back there behind you.
No, we seen her. We seen her back there.
She's just trying to tease me.
And Benny brought his little tiny camper trailer, so I didn't have to sleep in back of my Tundra. And he made me breakfast Sunday.
And I drink coffee with you guys every morning. Well,
and
Chris doesn't drink coffee.
No, but I got your coffee cup that you drink coffee out of. Maybe I'll just auction that off.
I drank coffee Oh, yeah, I left you a coffee cup too, though, didn't I?
Yep.
And then you gave me a coffee cup, one of your homemade ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I drank coffee out of it this morning.
Yep. There you go.
Homemade coffee cup.
I just got 2 more bags of those cups, those cans. My mom, I seen them in there. My mom had them all saved up for me. So
that's cool. I should have them. I don't have them out here. I'd show everybody.
I don't have one made.
Benny, are you still there?
This morning my coffee tasted real good because I drank it out of the Born 100 Years Too Late white coffee tumbler at a truck stop in Las Cruces. That's where I woke up this morning.
There you go.
Don't forget the creamer, Benny. Don't forget the creamer.
Oh,
right,
Brett? The reason I think I like coffee, but the only reason I drink coffee, it turns out I really like creamer.
I know what happened last week. I think I bought 2 mules.
Oh, shoot, you did.
Yep. I bought 2 mules, or I haven't paid for them, but I made the deal. The lady still, she agreed to the deal. I just got to drive to Nevada to get them. And
I tried to get him to go up to 40 so I could jump in with him, but he's not. He's going up high.
I could go up through there. I tell you what, I got to go by. My sister and my brother-in-law live in Wells, Nevada. And I was going to go up there and visit with them. But there's something that I've always wanted to do. And I know, and it's a real controversial subject. It's real controversial if you're in the wrong group. I want to ride.
Going to kill a snake?
No, I want to ride down into the South Owyhee River and ride up to Bull Camp. And that's where Claude Dallas' camp was, where everything took place. I've always been fascinated with that story. And I thought, well, if I'm up there that far.
There you go.
So that's good content for your page.
Yeah, I'll make a video about it, and I might as well go ahead and say I talked to a guy today that did a bunch of he made videos about Claude Dallas, and he interviewed a bunch of different people and different things, and it's pretty dadgum interesting, really. So, but It's controversial.
What makes it controversial?
The Claude Dallas thing?
What do you mean? What makes it controversial?
He killed game wardens.
He not only did he shoot them, but he went
hit
in
him. He buried him.
Well, not only did he shoot them with his .357 when they were on the ground, he went back in his tent and got a .22 rifle, came out and shot each one behind the ear like he was just dispatching coyotes.
Wow, I'd never heard that story.
Yeah, that's controversial. They said that if he would have if he wouldn't have done that, see, he got off with only like 30-something years, if you can really say only 30-something years. But they said if he wouldn't have done that, he'd probably got off completely.
And did he not escape?
Then he escaped, but they say that he escaped because they had plotted to kill him. They had plotted to kill him in prison. Oh man, I go down the rabbit hole really bad with this. Yeah. The police officer still, I mean, LEO, they still, they killed one. He killed one of their own in a bad way, and so I think they tried to get some inmates in some way to kill him in the prison. At least that's what he claimed. So he escaped and he stayed gone for a long time after that. But he was kind of a well-liked guy in the area, and people would hide him out. So, and he went different places. I heard different things about him, and it depends. You can hear just about, depending on whose side they're on or what they think, you could hear just about anything. So, but I was really fascinated with that area because somewhere in a podcast or a video I listened to, they said it's probably one of the most remote locations in the lower 48 is there on that South Oahe River it's between Nevada and Idaho. It goes up into Idaho and then it goes around to Oregon. But I thought, man, one of the most remote, that's where I want to go. I want to ride a mule and pack a mule and go down into that sucker and go and you see where his camp was. And I think they built a memorial or something down there too, or close to it. And then, maybe fish. I'm not much of a fisherman, and I'll probably take some hounds too. See what happens.
I know which podcast did that. But it's the anti-snake podcast is which one it was.
No, I don't think the anti-snake one. I don't think they've done it yet. Claude Dallas.
Pro snake. We're the anti-snakes.
I don't think they've done one yet. But
they did one on Claude Dallas, didn't they?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe who did it then?
I don't think Bear Grease did it.
Don't kill a snake around him. Let me see. Let's look it up here.
If they did it kind of slanted.
I think it was a controversial one, and you know how he always, we say what we want to say. He has to say what they tell him to say.
Look at how serious Benny got stuck on his face now.
I know. That's what he's doing. Maybe he's not even stuck. He's just pretending because Benny don't blink anyways, I don't think, does he?
I've never seen him blink.
No.
You know how much fun I had this weekend? I had so much fun this last weekend. I got jet lag over it.
There you go.
I don't think Clay Newcomb did one on Claude Dallas.
Man, I could have swore he did.
Oh, there's Benny. He's back.
Surprise.
I'm hiding behind myself.
Way back here. It's way back, like in the beginning.
And I did a lot. Years ago, I became kind of fascinated with the story, and I made like I took these notes of these back in when they had lots of these forums, kind of like the big game houndsman, like we used to get on Benny. Yeah. And there's some really, really, really interesting stories about Bill Pogue, the guy who was shot, one of the officers who was shot. I mean, stuff that's pretty wild.
I'd tell you one of the best podcasts I think I've listened to, and that is Bear Grease's, where they did the one on the secret agent man.
Oh, that where those brothers were poachers?
No, that's even for no Secret Agent Man was that RT Stewart who went undercover
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
2 years, and then they did three of those with RT Stewart, and then the last one is with Claude Maxwell. That's the guy he busted. So if you guys want to listen to some good, interesting undercover, maybe Benny needs to listen to some of
Don't
this.
say nothing to Benny because we've already got him pegged.
Yeah.
He has infiltrated us because he's an undercover agent.
Talking to his pin again.
Going on right now.
He's recording. He's recording it.
Luella, those guys, Luell, or
those brothers.
Look it up. Yeah,
They
tried to get those guys, and I don't think they ever got those guys.
I think they were too good. I don't think that's a good one. Clay does, he has one of the best podcasts online. I mean, I complain about the snake thing because they try to be all correct about everything, but he does a good podcast.
There was one thing Clay did that got under my skin real bad. I probably won't bring it up, but it's just something
you got
said.
to now. You can't do that.
He complained about his neighbor celebrating Halloween, and some people get kind of crazy about Halloween and they decorate their yard just like, and Clay's a religious guy. Those guys are religious. I mean, I don't know, him and his wife just kind of talk a little crap about the neighbor doing that, and that just kind of got my goat a little bit. So I'm like, just don't judge. There goes Benny. Oh, he called us in and then he left. That's what he did. Let me find these guys. That's a good podcast too. The Luella. I don't remember. Anybody put it on yet? Oh, he up the Duck Valley. Brett, are you talking about he up the Duck Valley? By the Duck Valley?
Gonna make me stomp.
Oh.
I think
we tried to kick you off when you called us in.
I think it is up by Duck Valley. It's on the border of Idaho and Nevada, and I guess Paradise, Nevada. It would be north, east of Paradise, Nevada. And I talked to a guy today who I called him that did a podcast or did a video and I thought he knew the area because I was trying to figure out how is the best way to get in there, and he didn't. He didn't know, but he was real interesting. He had a lot of behind the scenes information about that whole deal. He was a real knowledgeable guy. Louis Dale. Those were the poachers.
Louis Dale and Charlie Edwards. And they said he used to leave a shotgun in the woods, and his wife or people would drop him off, and he'd come out a different way. And
that's the way Benny hunted lions. He just left his hounds up in the woods, and
he did.
His wife would drop him off
and
went into the mountain. He'd pack them, and he'd go across the mountain and come out on the other side, and water them and feed them, tie them up, and they'd come pick him up.
There's another good one. Lewis, you guys know who Louis Wetzel is? No. Called him the Death Wind. Oh, that guy had if I remember right, he had his family killed by Indians back in the day, and he just went around just murdering. He was an Indian fighter, I guess. Real long black hair, like all the way down to his legs. They called him the Death Wind. He's just a badass guy. He's like one of them guys. Went around and could never be killed type deal. Enough of Clay Newcomb. Ours is better than his anyway. Because we kill snakes.
I think Steve Ranella and Meat Eater might pick us up. Say, hey, guys, we want you to be on the Meat Eater network, but you can't talk about killing snakes.
Listen, you can't talk about this.
You think they got a lot of rules for?
I believe they do. Them guys got to worry about their reputation. Ours is already tarnished. Look, that's what we have to worry about. That's all we got to worry about. Benny and a spear. Look, he froze that way.
Let's see. Rowdy Houndsman. Duck Valley is a big Indian res. My family and I were just up there last November because my wife drew an antelope tag up there. Very beautiful country up there. What? Dadgummit, I'll get a hold of Rowdy. Were you close to the Owyhee River? This is the South Owyhee River.
I can send you his number.
Yeah.
That's okay,
do.
Mr. Rowdy.
He might not want to talk to me.
Clay, which podcast you talking about? Who doesn't know Clay Newcomb?
Clay Newcomb, he used to have Bear Grease. Now he's part of the Meat Eater Network, and then Brent Reeves is his buddy, and he's the one who kind of stood us up.
Yeah, Brett Reeves. Hashtag Brett Reeves. I guess we're not up there.
No,
this is Steve Ranella. Here's us. Way down.
Who wants to be?
We're just rats.
Peasants. Tom Russell. He did do a Claude song. I've heard that song.
Ian Tyson.
Oh. Ian Tyson too. Yeah.
Yep. Ian Tyson.
You know the problem with being all those other people are trying to be those people. Then we're not ourselves, and those people just wish they had the freedom to be us.
Man, you hit the nail on the head.
I
don't think anybody wants to be me. I don't.
Yeah, Brett gets riled up real easy.
Yeah, but I am who I am. I can't help that.
Yeah, I honestly think Clay could have went just as far
without joining
Clay with the Bear Hunting magazine. I really do. I enjoyed his content. He was doing a little YouTube stuff and training mules, and I dig that he primitive hunts. He did that Folsom site where they found all them buffalo skulls, and then he made a Folsom point and killed a bear with it.
That's cool.
Longbow. That was really cool. Just because you don't like to kill snakes just means you're only about 10% less cool than what you were.
I know it gets lower than that.
Oh, you're probably right. Maybe he has to say that. Let's just give him benefit of the doubt. But he is a hunting podcast.
They could have qualified it and said, in this area, we don't have many rattlesnakes, so you shouldn't kill them. Maybe that would work. But to make a blanket statement to say, whoop, Benny's gone again, that you shouldn't kill snakes. You couldn't kill. You're not supposed to kill them. And I mean, they don't live in the same area that we live in, the Clumps live in. Even that knife maker kid, what's his name? Casey Drabinsky.
Yeah. Oh boy, he has something to say. You guys go listen to that. Earn Your Spurs first live and listen to old Clay or Chase. Dead snake's a good snake.
Yeah, and then he also said exactly like I believe. He said bull snake. He said, don't kill a bull snake, and I don't believe in killing a bull snake either.
No,
they do.
No, I get angry when people kill them I see it online. Oh, kill this snake. I'm like, man, that was a bull snake.
And he's back. Are you okay, Benny?
Hey, when you threw your arms up, it knocked me clear off the internet.
He just threw his internet off.
Make a note of this, so he'll tell you what.
Our undercover agent. He mentioned undercover federal agents, and we had a big conversation about it. And this morning I go out with the dogs.
Conversation.
And this morning I go out with the
Chris. There's Chris in the middle. Hup, hup. Go. Hup.
I go out with the dogs, and I park there, and all of a sudden, up this canyon, nobody ever goes up, and all of a sudden, a truck drives by looking at me, and I think,
Benny called me in.
Watching me.
Benny called it in.
Yeah.
He knew.
He's wearing his hat on backwards. He's got some tannish colored overalls. I think he's on to us. Take the shot. Take the shot.
Take the shot now.
He's the guy. He's the guy chasing jackrabbits.
But yeah.
Do you have
big
any
deal.
upcoming Dell Lee videos? Come on, Brett. Answer them questions.
we
Everybody's
got,
asking questions.
Y'all ever gone to a rattlesnake roundup? I've seen them. I've never been to one.
I haven't.
Where did I see? Where did that?
My rattlesnake roundup was I was coming through a little gully, and I killed 26 rattlesnakes out of right where I was coming through.
A den.
And I ate every one of them.
Right there, raw.
Yep. I bit their heads off. I didn't want to dull my knife. And then I buried. You bury the
Sounds
heads.
like
Come on. Anybody have any superstition they do when they're hunting? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I bury the heads of rattlesnakes because
John eats tacos.
Got to eat a taco.
Oh,
yes. I got to answer this question before I forget. Yes, there's 2 more regular daily tapes chapter. What do you call them? CDs that'll be coming out, and that's 19 and 20. But then we have a bonus one that nobody's ever heard before. Well, some people, but it hasn't been made public, that Eric Klein has, and he gave me permission to share it, but I'm not going to share it until after we have him on as a guest, and he can tell us how he got it and everything, because he's got a bunch of other stuff that he can share with us, doesn't he, Benny? Some pictures, I think,
Eric,
of different. He's got he's got a bunch of memorabilia, I guess.
Let's explain it too.
Correspondence.
Huh?
He has letters back and forth, correspondence between Clell and some of them when they were talking dogs and dog trading.
Yeah, so he's got a bunch of stuff, but maybe I can get him to make copies of that for me, and so we can share it like I share Benny's picture here, and it'll be interesting to have him because he's the guy who's got it, and then right after that, after we have him on, then I will share the daily CD that with that one. I think it'll be interesting, and hopefully maybe he can give me those letters and stuff, and I can scan them, and then while because it'll be on YouTube, then we can do a little slideshow along with it. Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be interesting. Yeah.
And people got to understand it's all about timing. It's all about timing. Like the podcast came out Friday, so you got to give that time to be recognized. It's kind of a deal you've kind of made with W, and then by the end of this week, probably more or less next week, I would say, the YouTube will come out, and sometimes you just got to watch those interviews because the guy is just animated, and you can tell that he's true blue about what he's talking about.
Cool.
So, it's all about timing.
Yeah, and I mean, I figured like with the Clump, I'll give it, a couple weeks, and then I'll release the video portion of it. Warner Glenn, I still have to go through it, and we'll have the Warner Glenn will have the sit down interview with Warner, and Benny was there and everything, and Kelly joined in and she talked too, and it was really interesting, I think, interview. But then we also have that'll be the podcast. But then we have the video to go with it. But we have video. We went out and got to look at every single one of his dogs and him tell us about each one of his dogs. Right, Benny? Benny.
Yeah, and then we went out into the saddle house, and then we looked at his mule.
Well, the museum is what he gets excited about, right?
The museum, I didn't video that. I was an idiot.
Oh, my gosh.
I might have to go back.
Well, I think that your wife got invited yesterday.
Yeah, they invited my wife.
Don't bring that Brett. You could come down. Just try to leave Brett. He could sit in the truck.
You come and stay with us. Maybe I should Everybody, give me a super chat so I can afford to go back down there.
Oh boy.
And go to the museum and video it and share it.
You know, I was just by myself, jumped in my truck, and I bet you they got me for books. And let me tell you something about Benny. Don't ever take Benny to the grocery store. That son of a gun throws stuff in your cart. He says, here's Sheriff Shelley's book. He's sitting right there. Go have him sign it. Bought a book. Here, there's Warner walking by. Grab him, have him sign it. Hey, I can't say what else I got because it's a surprise for my wife. There, have her sign it.
Mackenzie has a cookbook she gave us. You know, my wife took them all presents. She bought some, I don't know what it was, and she put them in little bags with little tissue in the top and took and gave them all presents.
She sent one home with me for my first wife.
Did she?
Yeah.
They hold them in El
Brett
Paso.
Those two women have history.
Brett said, you just get my presents. That's the only presents you get from me. My presents. But I was by myself. And nobody, thank gosh, I didn't take my kids or wife. I'd have been in the hole. And I had $200 cash in my pocket and it was gone. But I wanted that. Oh, so we was talking to Warner and he was telling us a story about that rifle he signed. And I guess old Kelly got onto him and was like, you better take your time. You got to take your time signing your name. You can only do it once. Because they signed it with a gold marker. You know, it's one of them shiny lever actions.
It's a nice one.
Yep.
All right, guys. What else do we got? What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. I don't worry so much about it here.
What time we been on? It's 6:30. What time did we start? 5?
We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes or 16 minutes.
Anybody got any questions? Oh, got to listen to that part 2 because John Clump tells us exactly how to cure a rattlesnake bite.
On your dogs, how to cure a rattlesnake bite.
Right away.
He also explains how to cure cancer.
Also a fact. And this is what's kind of crazy about that story is I bump into a guy at a gas station talking motorcycles first. And I don't know how we got on cancer. He seen my dog box talking, and he said, I know a guy who had cancer that was going to die. Done. 2 weeks to live stuff. He took this dog dewormer, cured him up. And Benny, I think we had it wrong. It's not that that stuff you said is for anxiety and stuff we were talking about. I looked it up. Gosh dang it. Let me look it up again. I had it on here. We said something else, but it's benzozole. When I watched it, I looked it up, and we said something else.
I don't know.
And it was for something else. If you just look up dog dewormer cancer, it'll pop up.
So it's been, a lot of people have used it.
Yeah. Benzozole, a dog wormer, could be the answer to cancer.
And then Pfizer will have it out.
Yes. So buy it now. It's expensive. And Indian mud. Right, Benny?
Yes.
But they go into it. John went into a lot of stuff. Yep. John went into a lot of stuff.
Man, Benny just has a mean look on his face there.
Yeah. I can't tell if he's just there or frozen up. That's what he looked like the whole time in his chair in the trailer.
I'm in
his land yacht.
He was grumpy.
I'm interviewing one of those live mannequins.
You know what? Even in the trailer, he talked and his mouth didn't move either, just like that. I think he's AI.
There's something about him because I want to show you something. Look at his picture. There is not one wrinkle on his forehead. He has no wrinkles on his forehead. Who doesn't
It's
have wrinkles
lighting.
on their forehead?
His wife did his makeup before he came on.
You
You got him paused smiling.
You could put a ton of makeup on me, and I'd still have wrinkles on my forehead.
Did you guys come home with any new hounds?
Man, I don't need any more hounds.
No. But we did hear John Clump's son tell us John Clump takes a lot of dogs from people because he has hope in his heart.
I've got one dog here. What do I do to turn her into my best? Tired of dragging a bobcat hide. Live stuff now. Go out and find fresh tracks.
Got to get him under the tree.
Find fresh tracks.
Botox. Benny, you hitting the Botox?
I am.
His wife says, "Get over here. Let's give you a shot for you to get on." Got to get him under a tree. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Yes, sir. Guys,
That's right.
What are we going to finish this up?
You short one tonight?
Yeah, make it a short one tonight.
What, are you afraid you have to walk more than 2 minutes over to your house?
I don't know. It's not.
I'm wore out. I think I'm wore out from this weekend.
I am too.
I'm tired. I feel like I got up at 2:00 this morning. And I got home. I made me some breakfast and lunch for tomorrow. And I laid down and I woke up.
We got home about 10 o'clock last night, I guess. But it wasn't.
Kim Clump said, "You want to race to Wilcox?" I beat him. I passed them, and they're only doing about 55.
They weren't in a hurry. I got dogs barking out there, just driving me crazy.
Oh, I'm yelling at my dogs right now. They must have heard your dogs barking. We're in our undercover camp right now.
I got
for Benny to make a move.
I got a female in season out there, and
I got 2 of them.
I only have 3 females that can have puppies. Because I get just like this. I get irritated. I'll go out and load them up and take them and get them spayed.
Yeah. Just as well say goodnight. I've piled some dogs up in the bone pile.
Some dogs have moved. What?
I think he's
piled
talking
some
about
dogs up.
Colton.
Oh, well, yeah.
Or maybe he's talking about his truck. Maybe he's going to go hunting. No new hounds.
Anyway, Benny, what do you think? You got anything new? Anything interesting? I'm running out of energy.
It's time to call it a week.
Chris, how about you?
I think we're all out of here.
I do. I do.
What do you got going on?
The rendezvous.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting a lot of people asking about it. Now, listen. I don't need you guys coming over and irritating Benny. Okay?
He's going to have his spear.
He's going to have his spear. And he asked to have my brass knuckles, too. So don't get too close to him. And if you come around and you start trouble, you're going to get trouble.
What are the dates again?
August 24th, 25th is the weekend, and she has it to the 26th. And I'm pretty sure Lion. I don't know when Lion opens yet. It'll probably be open by then. If you guys want to trudge around and catch a lion, or a bear might be open. I have to look at the dates.
That's what
regs haven't come out.
We had a guy complain about bear season was going on at that time, but we don't have any choice. It's got to be. I mean, that's when that's when they have the facility.
It was offered. It was offered, and she was very persistent, and she's persistent to do everything. She's gonna cook you guys dinner.
Yeah, she's a nice lady.
Like tri-tip. She said tri-tip, and it's gonna be a cowboy dinner. I said, well, let's see if I'm trying to get a little banjo and fiddle band What is it for? Just to chit chat.
Just
My buddy said
something.
it's a good place to tell some. Let me read that. My buddy, he says, "Hey, what's up with that rendezvous?" Everybody's asking me, "What's up? What's up?" And I said, "Listen, no one really has them. It's just to go meet some new people. You might meet your next lifelong hunting buddy. You might meet your next guy you want to fight, and I'll referee. I'm a good referee." And my buddy says,
No fighting.
Let me see.
What are you getting? Private text? It's not on our comment thing.
No, oh no, this is my buddy who Snapchatted me today. He said, "What's the Houndsman rendezvous?" I said, "Just to get together, nothing spectacular. First year, so we'll see how it goes." He said, "That's cool." I said, "Yeah, a lot of people have been asking, you know." I told him, lady offered the campground, we took it. And I said, it's kind of after the Mountain Man rendezvous. You go down. If you guys want to trade dogs, if you guys want to sell a dog, that's up to you.
Man,
you guys want to tell some good lies?
If my dogs keep barking like they are now, I'm going to have a whole bunch of them to sell.
You might have some Vaughn dogs for sale. And he said, hell yeah, a good place to tell some lies. I said exactly what I said. I said, and find out who all the undercovers are. He says, I thought that was you. I said, yeah, but there's others. I'll point them out. So I'm undercover too.
That's strange. I just kind of mentioned it, and Chris took the ball and ran with it.
No, the lady, we was on a live, and we had Casey Day
Fair.
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 And it's his wife that, and I had a couple people. Actually, I even had another time to wrap it. Go on. And we had another houndsman say, hey, we have a place too if it don't work out. So, well, come on over, Junior. Play that fiddle.
Hey, let me just throw this out there for people that get their knickers in a knot because it's not going to fit a certain schedule. We can't please everybody, and all we're doing is offering opportunity and options. You guys have the power and the authority to choose what you do.
Yep.
Well said.
We're not that. Yep. Steak dinner, but there'll be a website. You guys will be able to pre-buy these steak dinners.
And we'll put they're going to make aren't they going to make a flyer?
They're making a flyer.
We'll
website.
Share it on here. So
you'll be able to jump on the website, sign up, RSVP for the steak dinner. Probably get 2 for Benny. Can we talk about the place we ate at in Douglas? I won't say the name because...
Talk about whatever you want.
Those tacos were this big.
Little bitty, weren't they?
For $4. I thought it was going to be a good Mexican place where they brought you 2 tacos and you were full. And then your wife even, they brought her that little taco. She says, we're going to have to order more food.
She looked at you. That burrito I had was huge, though. It was big.
Yeah. No, just a little time. Should have hit a taco.
It was called the...
It was all right. It was
good food. It's just... I like a greasy old dirty taco off the floor. 10-year-old meat. So keep your eye open for the rendezvous.
Taco,
yeah.
That little taco is it's a street taco version. They use little bitty stuff.
I eat about 10 of those bad boys. So what else? Is that it?
That's it. I got dogs just raising Cain out there.
I haven't even fed
no
mine
idea
yet.
what's going on.
But it's hot.
Good night, folks.
I can't hear him. I can't even hear him. All right, guys. We just came on to run the trail backwards a little bit, let you know what we did this weekend. Go check out the lives on interviews, stories, and tales.
3rd day in a row. Are you going live Wednesday night, Mr.?
I am going live Wednesday night.
You have a special guest?
I have 2 lined up, maybe. Well, I got to pick one. One is from Nevada, and they're they do all that fox hunting on the horses and all fancy stuff.
Cool.
But they said they had a person that would get on, and I have a gal out of Colorado that's going to go on and maybe talk a little bit. She's been on like TikTok and stuff talking about that Initiative 91. So she said she'd jump on. and she's way prettier than you guys. I promise.
Prettier than Benny?
I think Benny has a filter on right now, to be honest. I seen him in person, and he's not that pretty.
He's not that pretty. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Till next time. Wednesday night. Anecdote at Houndsman. Onward and upward, and I'm going to go shoot a dog, I think.
Night, guys.
Good night.